Lately, I've been meeting a couple of people and they've been telling me they have the same problem every day. One woman actually told me she can't stop thinking about food. All she thinks about is food. She leaves her workplace, she thinks about food. She's at work, she thinks about food. She's at home, she thinks about food. She can't stop eating, she can't stop thinking about food. She binges, she overeats. And actually, she mentioned something that is really sad but true. She mentioned that her husband actually told her she needs to lose some weight, otherwise they can't be together anymore, which I think is quite absurd. But I guess that's life. That is why in today's video, I'm going to share with you tips on how to stop overeating or binge eating. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then keep on watching. Hey loves, welcome back. Sheila here from Madammebae.com, where we share everything weight loss, wellness, healing naturally, and lifestyle. In today's video, I'm going to share some tips with you on how to stop overeating and how you can overcome it for good. I personally struggled with overeating and binge eating all my life, and I totally understand exactly how you feel. That is why I'm very passionate to share this video with you guys. I literally would have a whole box of cookies in one sitting, and I would tell myself I will start tomorrow, like I will start dieting tomorrow, or I'll start clean eating tomorrow. Today is the last day, and that happened over and over and over again. I just couldn't get myself to stop. Of course, the result of that was feeling shitty, feeling really bad, feeling so disappointed in myself, like I couldn't even stand myself. I would feel really guilty, but then do it all over again the next day. This time with an addition of some milk, like it just keeps getting worse and worse, like you just want to eat more. I don't know, there is a void like I used to want to feel, but I can't describe that void. However, I'm going to help you get over that void. And the thing about this in most cases is that it's not like you do not know what to do. It's not like you do not know that you have to eat healthy or you have to work out. I just never got to do it, and that's what most people do. They just never get through with it. Also, one thing that I normally used to do is I would tell myself I'm going to eat so much and then the next day I'm going to work it out. But let me tell you something, you cannot outrun or outwork out a bad diet. What happens with weight loss is the 80-20 rule. Basically what that means is you have to eat 80% clean and 20% workout, because workouts, as much as they might help get you in shape, they don't help you lose weight. They help you gain muscle and get stronger but not lose weight. So when you overeat and then still work out, you're gaining muscle under the fat, which is just even going to be harder for you to lose weight. If you're going through binge eating or overeating, please watch this video until the end, because all the tips I'm going to be sharing are really important to help you get through this. The biggest cause of overeating is having restrictions and dieting. Like, those are the worst two things, because the moment you limit yourself, the moment you tell yourself you can't have something, I don't know if you work like that, but personally I work like that, and I know a bunch of people that work like that. If someone tells you don't do something, what do you want to do? Of course you want to do it. That is what happens with binge eating. If you restrict yourself, like you can't have something, your mind is constantly going to think of how you can't have it, and then you want to have it. I don't know if that makes sense. I personally hate the word diet, because the word diet in itself is just restrictions, and that is not good for you. Weight loss is about maintaining a calorie deficit, and I thought because it's about maintaining a calorie deficit, I've mentioned this before, it's always healthier to maintain a 500 calorie deficit from your weight loss maintenance calories. When you start your weight loss process, there are some numbers that are involved. The numbers are basically you calculating your calorie maintenance, and every day reduced by 500 calories. That is the healthy way of losing weight. So I thought by maintaining a higher calorie deficit, I would get to my weight loss goal faster, which is kind of true, but sometimes this also leads you to get onto a plateau, because the body goes into starvation mode. Starvation mode basically means it's holding onto all the nutrients instead of going on about its metabolism. It's holding on to these nutrients because it doesn't know when it's going to get the next nutrient. And when that happens and you start thinking about food, or maybe you get tempted to eat food and you taste one small thing, your body is just going to want to have everything. And in most cases, you know what happens? This causes yo-yo diets. I don't know if you know what yo-yo diets are, but simply put, yo-yo diets are roller coaster rides where you lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, and that happens when you're in starvation mode. If you starve yourself and then you give your body like food, of course, because it was holding on to extra food for energy, because of course your body needs food for energy and you are not giving it the energy it needed, all that food is going to come in and it's going to lead to one insulin spike, and that insulin spike is just going to store fat under your skin. So instead of losing weight, you just end up losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, which is not good for you. So before I go any further, if you are trying to lose weight and you are starving yourself just to get to your weight loss goal faster, and you've been doing this for a very long time and it has become a vicious circle, please stop. Also, if you're constantly dieting and you find that you're not getting the results you're looking for, then you have to stop. The reason why you're not getting those results is because you are dieting, you are restricting yourself. So every time you get to eat and indulge, you just overeat and you just sabotage your weight loss journey. So don't do that. I know it seems like the easiest and fastest way to do, but in most cases it's not sustainable, and because it's not sustainable, you end up going back to where you started or even gain more weight, which is really frustrating. I know how that feels because I was there so many times. Overeating and binge eating is a habit that you have brought into your life, and the first step to overcoming it is accepting it. One thing you do not know about the subconscious mind is if you keep doing stuff over and over again, it registers that and it becomes a habit, it becomes a lifestyle. So no matter what you do, your subconscious mind will take you to those habits that you keep on repeating because they make you feel good. Of course, you attach feeling to them, so it makes you feel good. And if your subconscious mind knows that it makes you feel good, that is what it's going to keep giving you. The first step to overcoming binge eating or overeating is by acknowledging the fact that you've been doing this for a long time, and there is a pattern, there is a habit that you've created, and you have to break this habit. And yes, you can overcome these habits. The thing is that this would have to be another in-depth video of its own. Luckily enough, I have a masterclass on it. I'm going to link it in the description box down below. Feel free to check it out. It will help you step by step to break those habits that you've created and you need to take back. So one of the causes of binge eating or overeating is emotions. Like sometimes you're happy or you're sad. Personally, it used to be if I'm happy, I eat. If I'm sad, I eat. If I'm overwhelmed, I eat. That's what it is. So when you're trying to overcome this, one thing you can do is reverse engineer it. Let me give you an example. If you attach emotions to food, for example, food is going to make you feel better. What you could do is understand that food is supposed to nourish your body. Think about the food you're going to eat and how it's going to affect your body. So think about it, for example, if you like McDonald's burgers or maybe chicken nuggets, think about what the impact of those chicken nuggets is going to be when they get into your system. First of all, those chicken nuggets, I don't know if you've ever seen how that food is made. It's really unhealthy, and all those things impact your body a certain way. I would like to think about it like, if I eat this food, it's going to come here in the cellulite over here, it's going to come into my thighs, it's going to do that. And that is how I've personally dealt with it. And then when I eat good food, I like to tell myself, oh my god, this is so good for me, it's going to make me healthy, it's going to make me get the body I want and stuff like that. So basically it's attaching emotion to the food you're going to eat, but in this step you're doing it the other way around. You're not attaching food to emotions of feeling good, you're attaching food to an emotion of making you a better person. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, food and your emotions might have nothing to do with each other. All the emotions attached to food are up to you. So basically, if you say food is going to make you feel better and it's junk food, then that's what your brain is going to take. On the other hand, if you say food, if you say food is supposed to nourish you, then that is what your body is going to take. It's also important to note that doing this just once does not mean that you're going to overcome binge eating. It's something that you have to do over a period of time. You know what they say, it takes 21 days to create a habit and 90 days to create a lifestyle. This is something that you've been suffering with for a long time, so in order for you to overcome it, you have to keep practicing and practicing and practicing until the habit actually sticks. The next thing to watch out for is your patterns. Let me give you an example. Maybe every day you're used to sitting down doing Netflix and chill, but what do you do when you're doing Netflix and chill? Get some popcorn, get some chips or stuff like that. You probably don't even put it in a bowl, you eat straight from the pack, which is not good for you. If you have to have chips, it's fine. Just measure out what you need, because in most cases when you eat from the pack, you end up eating more than you need. So watch out for those patterns. If you know that when Netflix comes, you're going to get some chips, take time to get those chips and put them in a bowl, or maybe think of something else. Maybe have a healthier snack, or instead of doing Netflix, maybe take a walk. It might help you feel better, because sometimes we just watch Netflix to unwind. Maybe find another way of unwinding. Another example is maybe you're shopping there and you are used to going and buying ice cream, cookies and stuff like that. You have to watch those patterns, that every time you go shopping, at least have a shopping list and make sure that do not get these things that you're used to getting. Because of course, if you have these things in your house, cookies, ice cream, you're going to have them. You're going to be tempted and you're going to have them. So watch those patterns, make sure you keep away those temptations, because let me tell you something, there are very high chances of losing the battle to ice cream and cookies while they are right in front of you. The reason why it's important to watch your patterns is because those patterns are triggers to your overeating habit. So if you watch the pattern, then you will know what triggers it. For example, you want to watch Netflix, and every time you watch Netflix, you always have a snack, which is like chips, and because this is something that always happens every day, so the trigger is Netflix and the binge eat comes after that. Does that make sense? Another thing I like to do is associate bad food with pain. For example, let me say you go drinking the night before and you wake up with a crazy hangover. What's the first thing you say? Oh my God, I'm not going to do this again. So you relate that to pain. Think about the bad food and you're like, oh my God, this food is really bad for me. It makes me feel so bad. Like, keep telling yourself that until you believe it. So when you're trying to break these patterns, it's important that when you break one pattern, you replace it with another, because if you don't replace it with another, you'll feel the void of doing that old thing that you were doing. For example, if you eat chips while watching Netflix, maybe replace it by eating like veggies or some veggie chips, or instead of eating chips out of their pack, just put them in a bowl, something that is just going to take away the void to do what you were doing before. Another thing you should do is get rid of the black and white mentality. What the black and white mentality simply means is that if I don't eat well, then I have to eat badly. You don't have like a gray area. Basically what happens is that if you have this perfect diet in your head and then you miss one thing, like maybe you have like one piece of chocolate, which is not bad for you, by the way. Like you have one piece of chocolate, you're like, oh my God, I just ruined my diet, and that's it for that day. And then you go on a downward spiral of eating bad food and more bad food every day. And this can totally happen to you every day, where you wake up in the morning, you're like, okay, today I'm going to eat really well, and then you just eat one thing out of your diet. That is it. And that used to happen to me, and I know it happens to so many people. Let me know in the comment section down below if you can relate with what I'm saying right now. So if you're the kind of person that has the black and white mentality, I encourage you to have like a gray area. A gray area means basically like if you said you are going to have a salad and you don't have a salad, you can probably, it's okay if you don't have that salad, or maybe you can have a salad with a slice of pizza, or maybe you can have a salad with like, you know, chicken, like fried chicken on the side. It's fine. Just have a balance. Don't make it too strict that when you fall off it, you go on a downward spiral. Also, that is why I always encourage eating intuitively, as opposed to creating a diet that is very restrictive. How about you eat something that you want to eat, but make healthier versions of it? That is the gray area. Like, you don't have to always eat a salad. You can have pizza, but have healthy pizza. You know what I mean? Another thing that causes overeating or binge eating is telling yourself that you are not going to do something. You know, when you tell yourself that you're not going to eat a burger, what happens? You think about the burger. Oh, I'm not going to eat a burger. I'm not going to eat a burger. I'm not going to eat a burger. What do you think about a burger? That is what you think about, and that is all you can think about. You can literally not stop thinking about it. That used to happen to me a lot with cookies. Like, I would think, oh my God, I'm not going to have cookies because they're unhealthy, and I'll be like, no cookies, no cookies, no cookies. Even if they are not at the house, trust me, I would go walk and go buy them and eat them and then feel shitty after. The reason why that happens is that if you think about something too much and how you cannot have it, the desire gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and eventually you just submit to those desires. So instead of thinking about those foods that you cannot have, change your mind and start thinking of, oh, I'm so lucky I get to eat a salad. Oh, I'm so lucky I get to eat some healthy whatever it is. Or I'm so happy I get to have a smoothie. I'm so happy I get to have this. As opposed to, I can't have this, I can't have that. Just be happy that you're having the healthier thing, because when you're having the healthier thing, it's going to help you get to your goals. It's going to make you be healthier, and it's going to make you feel good. The thing about binge eating and overeating is more of a mind game. That's why it takes time. You cannot do it for one day and think that it's going to go away. No, you have to keep doing and practicing until it becomes a habit, and then it becomes a lifestyle. So the next thing is that it's also important to ask yourself, am I really hungry? Because sometimes you want to eat, but it's not that you're hungry. Sometimes you're just bored. And because you're bored, you just want to eat. Personally, when I'm bored, I just want to eat. And sometimes when you're eating in such conditions, when you're bored, you're just eating aimlessly. And this is you abusing food, because food is supposed to nourish you. Food is supposed to be helpful to your body. But when you overeat, you're abusing your body. So the reason why I say ask yourself if you are hungry is because sometimes you are just thirsty, but you confuse this for hunger. That's why I always say, if you're feeling hungry, take a glass of water. And then if you're still feeling hungry 30 minutes later, maybe then you are really hungry. But please check in with yourself before you just eat aimlessly. That is the process of you understanding your body and you falling in love with your body and having a real relationship with your body, as opposed to just doing stuff aimlessly and just winging it. The next tip I have for you is to eat bigger meals instead of starving yourself. Eating bigger meals helps you snack less, and it makes you feel fuller for longer. And these bigger meals have to be nutritious, not just empty calories, because you could have a big meal of fries, a burger, pizza, whatever, and that's your big meal. But these things are empty calories, and in most cases these things are high in sugar, and because they're really high in sugar, this sugar causes you to crave more and crave more and crave more. Even when you're full, you just want to eat more because they're empty calories. However, if you eat something nutritious, like high in fiber, that's going to help you feel satiated, good protein, good carbs, healthy fat, this stuff is going to stay in your body longer because your body needs certain nutrients in order to function, and if it's not receiving those nutrients, it will still keep hungry. That means if you're eating unhealthy food, even if you're full, you will still feel hungry in the shortest time possible because your body has not received the nutrients it needs. So try and cut out processed foods and eat a lot of whole foods, because these whole foods are going to help you stay fuller for longer. On top of that, they're going to help nourish your body. I don't want this video to be so long, but I actually have a whole module in the Weight Loss from Scratch program talking about overeating, where I actually help you personally because everyone is different. Also, this video could be longer, but sometimes people watch videos and you throw yourself out there, help them with tips, but they leave them right there. They do not put them in action. That is why I share more tips with my students in the Weight Loss from Scratch program, because I know they are invested and ready to take action. So the last tip for today is intermittent fasting. I've been talking a lot about intermittent fasting lately, and if you want to learn more about intermittent fasting and weight loss, I'm going to leave a link to those videos above. The reason why intermittent fasting is actually really good when it comes to overeating is because it reduces your eating window. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but for me, when I wake up early in the morning and eat, it kind of triggers me to like eat more and eat more and eat more. However, if you reduce your eating window, and if you're the kind of person that loves to snack later in the day, like you like to snack at night, then I suggest you start eating later in the day, because then you have a shorter time to eat, and that shorter time to eat is within the times you crave eating the most. And with a short eating time window, you eat the same amount of calories you could have eaten in a day in a short time, which makes you feel really full, and it makes you feel like you've overeaten, and then you won't feel like eating too much after that. This helps you stay on track so much better than you having the whole day to eat, or maybe the whole 24 hours to eat. And it also teaches you some kind of discipline. You don't have to do it every day, but it teaches you some kind of discipline. Of course, when you start, it's going to be hard, but if you do it over and over, it's going to become a lifestyle. So before I continue, I would like to ask you guys, have you found these tips helpful? And if you have, please give this video a thumbs up. Or if you have any question, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, because I really love answering your question and I really love being of help to you. In the next video, I'm going to be sharing ways in which you might be overeating and not notice that you're overeating, even if you're eating healthy and it's sabotaging your weight loss journey. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell right next to it to be notified when that video comes up. That's it for today, guys. For more weight loss tips that actually work, feel free to check out these videos over here. And as always, don't forget to stay motivated, be patient, trust the process, and spread the love. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.